Owen Pallett. Albums Has a Good Home, He Poos Clouds, Young Canadian Mothers, Heartland, Many Lives, 49 MP More, Owen Pallett, 72 of 77 Celebrities Who Are Secret Geeks, 349 of 419 The Best Experimental Bands / Artists, 54 of 159 The Best Baroque Pop Bands / Artists. Irish Rovers. Albums, Songs of Christmas, Another Round, Children of the Unicorn, The Irish Rovers in Australia More, The Irish Rovers, 29 of 67 The Best Folk Rock Bands of All Time, 25 of 97 The Best Celtic Bands and Artists, 6 of 127 The Best Irish Folk Bands / Artists. Tara McLeod. Or Tara McLeod, 40 of 48 The Best Female Hard Rock / Metal Guitar Shredders, 585 of 639 The Greatest Lead Guitarists of All Time. Protest the Hero. Albums, Kezia Fortress, Scurrilous, A Calculated Use of Sound, Search for the Truth More, Protest the Hero, 54 of 124 The Very Best Metalcore Bands, 55 of 350 The Best Progressive Metal Bands, 17 of 38 The Best Heavy Metal Bands of 2020, Rank. FM Static. Albums, What Are You Waiting For? Critically Ashamed, Dear Diary, My Brain Says Stop, but My Heart Says Go, More. FM Static, 105 of 204 The Best Power Pop Bands / Artists, 73 of 130 The Best Pop Punk Bands, 60 of 94 The Best Christian Punk Bands. Mercedes Lander. More. Mercedes Lander, 39 of 60 History's Greatest Female Drummers, ranked 93 of 303 The Greatest Jewish Singers and Songwriters. Warren Hill. Albums, Life Through Rose-Colored Glasses, Devotion, Collected Warren Hill, Shelter, Truth More. Warren Hill, 123 of 119 The Greatest Saxophonists of All Time, 144 of 191 The Best Smooth Jazz Bands and Artists of All Time, 368 of 373 Famous Jazz Saxophonists. Hawk Nelson. Albums, Hawk Nelson Is My Friend, Smile, It's the End of the World, Made, Saturday Rock Action More. Hawk Nelson, 35 of 243 The Best Christian Rock Bands and Artists, 32 of 408 The Best Contemporary Christian Artists, 20 of 510 The Very Best Christian Bands and Artists. Anvil. Albums, Past and Present. This is 13, Anthology of Anvil, Worth the Wait, Plugged in Permanent More. 155 of 392 The Greatest Heavy Metal Bands of All Time, 32 of 37 The Best Bands like Metallica, 87 of 232 The Best Canadian Rock Bands. Fucked Up. Albums, David Comes to Life, The Chemistry of Common Life, Hidden World, Singles Collection, Let Likes Be Cured by Likes More. Fucked Up, 100 of 101 The Best Punk Rock Bands and Artists, 92 of 93 The Best Post-Hardcore Bands, 85 of 118 The Best Experimental Rock Bands / Artists. Kittie. Albums, Paper Doll EP, Spit, Oracle, Until the End, Funeral for Yesterday More. Kittie, 30 of 151 The greatest chick rock bands ever, 117 of 254 the best bands with animal names, 39 of 354 the best new metal bands. Cowboy Junkies. Albums: The Trinity Session, Lay It Down, Pale Sun, Crescent Moon, The Caution Horses. Billy Talent. Albums: Billy Talent Roman 2, Billy Talent Roman 3, Wagoosh, Billy Talent, Dead Silence, More Billy Talent. The best Billy Talent albums of all time, 283 of 389. The best punk bands of all time, 51 of 65. The best bands named after books and literary characters. Bruce Cockburn. Albums: Christmas, Night Vision, In the Falling Dark, Stealing Fire, Further Adventures of More. Bruce Cockburn. The best Bruce Cockburn albums of all time, 34 of 162. 1970s Christian pop artists, 279 of 816. These poetic geniuses wrote your favorite songs of all time. Lights. Albums: Listening, Lights, Crimson Rain, Acoustic, Savior EP, More Lights, 197 of 213. The best current female singers, 20 of 50. The best female vocalists in EDM, ranked 383 of 543. The best indie bands and artists. Snow. Albums: 12 Inches of Snow, Two Hands Clapping, Murder Love, Mind on the Moon, Just Us. Tragically Hip. Albums: Up to Here, Fully Completely, World Container, Tragically Hip, In Between Evolution, More. The Tragically Hip, 798 of 1891. The greatest musical artists of all time, 577 of 1728. The best rock bands of all time, 344 of 383. The greatest musical artists of the 90s. Fefe Dobson. Fefe Dobson. Tokyo Police Club. Tokyo Police Club. Finger 11. Finger 11. Our Lady Peace. Emily Haines. Emily Haines. Silverstein. MSTRKRFT. MSTRKRFT. Deborah Cox. Deborah Cox. Dallas Green. Dallas Green. Alexisonfire. Alexisonfire. Annihilator. Albums: Alice in Hell, The One, Neverland, Metal, More. Annihilator, 28 of 37. The best bands up until the 14 of 210. The best thrash metal bands. Paul Anka. Pat Travers. Pat Travers. Richie Hawtin. Richie Hawtin. Lightfoot. Lightfoot. Morgan Lander. 4 Morgan Lander 69 of 303 The greatest Jewish singers and songwriters 225 of 334 Famous rhythm guitarists. Tamia. Albums Tamia, More, A New Day, Between Friends, Beautiful Surprise. Jeff Healey. Albums Get Me Some, See the Light, Feel This, Help to Pay. Mess of Blues, More, Jeff Healey 40 of 639. The greatest lead guitarists of all time 73 of 542. The greatest guitarists of all time 86 of 210. The best metal guitarists and guitar teams. Peaches. Albums The Teaches of Peaches, Impeach My Bush, The Flaming Lips and Star Death, and White Dwarfs with Henry Rollins and Peaches doing The Dark Side of the Moon. Fancipants Hoodlum, Fatherfucker More Peaches, 433 of 602. The best female vocalists ever 109 of 233. The greatest women rappers of all time 324 of 541. The greatest live bands of all time. Barenaked Ladies. Albums Gordon, Barenaked for the Holidays, Maybe You Should Drive, Disc 1, All Their Greatest Hits 1991, 2001, Everything to Everyone, More Barenaked Ladies, The Best Barenaked Ladies Songs, The Best Barenaked Ladies Albums of all time. Broken Social Scene. Albums Broken Social Scene, You Forgot It in People, The Time Traveler's Wife, Feel Good Lost, Beehive's More Broken Social Scene. The Best Broken Social Scene Albums. Ranked 48 of 80. The Best Music Side Projects 102 of 543. The Best Indie Bands and Artists. Triumph. Albums Allied Forces, Never Surrender, Rock and Roll Machine, Triumph, Thunder 7 More Triumph, 440 of 1728. The Best Rock Bands of All Time 212 of 263. The Greatest Classic Rock Bands. Neil Peart. Albums Anatomy of a Drum Solo, The Hockey Theme More Neil Peart 132 of 211. The Greatest Rock Songwriters of All Time 2 of 532. The Best Drummers of All Time 8 of 21. Most Notoriously Introverted Rock Stars of All Time, ranked by how much they rock. Some 41. Albums All Killer No Filler, Does This Look Infected, Underclass Hero, 8 Years of Blood, Sake and Tears 2008. More Some 41. The Best Some 41. 3 Days Grace. Albums 1X, Life Starts Now, 3 Days Grace, Transit of Venus, The Collection, 3 Days Grace More, 3 Days Grace 145 of 392. The Greatest Heavy Metal Bands of All Time 123 of 461. The Best Current Pop Groups / Singers. Geddy Lee. Albums My Favorite Headache More Geddy Lee 220 of 316. The Greatest Singers of the Past 30 Years 118 of 603. The Best Rock Vocalists 1274 of 1355. The Greatest Minds of All Time. Band. Albums The Band, Music from Big Pink, The Last Waltz, Planet Waves, The Basement takes more. The band with the best band albums of all time, 203 of 265, ranked the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Bryan Adams. Albums: Reckless Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. 11. Bryan Adams. Room Service, more. Bryan Adams. The best Bryan Adams songs. The best Bryan Adams albums of all time. Shania Twain. Albums: Come On Over, Up, The Woman in Me, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Greatest hits, more. Shania Twain. The best Shania Twain songs. The Unbelievably Tragic Life of Shania Twain. Alanis Morissette. Albums: Jagged Little Pill, Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie, Under Rug Swept, Underneath, Jagged Little Pill, Acoustic, more. Alanis Morissette. The best Alanis Morissette songs. Stories behind Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill that you want to know. Rush. Albums: Moving Pictures, 2112, Hemispheres, Permanent Waves, Fly by Night. Neil Young. Albums: Harvest, Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, After the Gold Rush, Tonight's the Night, On the Beach, more. Neil Young. The best Neil Young albums of all time. 16 interesting facts about Neil Young you may not know. Avril Lavigne. Albums: Let Go, My Happy Ending, Don't Tell Me, When You're Gone, Forbidden Rose, more. Avril Lavigne. There's an insane, kind of believable theory Avril Lavigne died and was replaced with a double. The best Avril Lavigne albums. Ranked 6 of 198, the greatest new female vocalists of the past 10 years.
Hey guys, thank you so much for support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in